Food is such a useful tool, and adjusting your food intake can really change a lot of things when it comes to the way that you feel and when it comes to the way that you perform. So, for an example, I was on a very heavy caloric deficit for an extended period of time. For like the last month and a half, I've basically been borderline starving myself. And for a while, I saw quite decent results on me starving myself and on me doing a lot of cardio because I lost a lot of weight. I think I've lost somewhere around like 30 pounds in total during the last 6 months. And I started off with like a mild deficit, and then I gradually started ramping it up. And then eventually I came into like starvation calories where I was basically almost eating nothing during the day. I mean, I was eating enough protein, I was getting enough fat in, but when it comes to carbs, I was basically like eating none. And now I kind of started feeling like nothing is really working the way that it should anymore. So like your body is in constant pain when you go to the gym. You're constantly obsessing over food. Every single thought that you're going to have is basically going to be like about food. You're going to be like sitting in your bed, doom scrolling DoorDash, thinking about all the fun, interesting foods you can eat, but will never try. So yeah, it just becomes like this very odd, very obsessive thing. And now during the last days, I ramped up the calories a little bit, and I didn't even ramp them up all that much. I basically went from like 1700 calories to like 2000 calories, and it actually made a significant difference. And it's like only 300 calories, but I feel much better. So first of all, like my gym performance improved significantly. Also on top of it, I'm still kind of obsessing over food, but like I'm able to control it a little bit better. And now I feel like I'm not really even going to need to have the cheat day this weekend because I just feel somewhat okay. So I can keep on going forward with the diet. And if I would have stayed in the previous calories, okay, I would win the loss of the 300 calories that I wouldn't consume on a daily basis, but I would probably break during the weekend and I would consume a fuck ton of food if I would break and if I would start binging again. So in the long run, it actually kind of is even like the more responsible and the better decision to like maneuver the calories a little bit and to increase them when needed. And this is a skill you develop over time. I don't think you can do it if you're just starting your dieting journey from like the beginning and if you haven't really dieted before, because it does come with experience. I remember when I started dieting, I wasn't able to maneuver everything like this. I would either starve myself or I would eat like a fat, disgusting pig, and there would be no in between. And that also kind of leads to like eating disorders, and that leads to you yo-yo dieting, where you starve yourself and then you overcompensate by eating again, and then you overcompensate by starving again, and just like go back and forth constantly. So yeah, I feel like you need to like spend some time, and you actually need to invest the time in controlling yourself, and you need to invest the time in like understanding your body, or you just need to get somebody who's very good at this and who's experienced when it comes to dieting, like a dieting coach, and he could probably maneuver you through this as well. But if you don't really want to pay a random person to like help you with dieting and help you to tell you what is it that you need to eat, it comes with experience and it comes with time, because I never really had anyone coach me when it comes to dieting. I just kind of learned how to do it by myself. And I thought that I'm good at this from the get-go. So like 10 years ago when I started, I thought that I already know everything that there is to know, and I thought that I'm perfect. But now, 10 years down the line, I actually start realizing that only now I actually do understand how is it that I should diet. And okay, I did understand the basics even back then, but the real understanding basically comes from you being able to control yourself and you understanding what kind of adjustments should you make at what specific time. Because also another problem with dieting is it becomes like a very emotional process, and quite often you are going to be making emotional decisions just based on the way that you feel, and that is the biggest downfall for everyone that is dieting. You should never make emotional decisions. If you feel like you need to eat today, then you don't need to eat today. You need to eat in 3 days if you will still feel like you need to eat in 3 days. But you should always give it some time, and every single decision that you are about to make, you should not make the decision right there and then. You need to actually think about it, and you actually need to think about what is it that you want to do. So yeah, food does change quite a lot, and I'm quite happy with the fact that I increased the calories a little bit, because overall, so far, it has been a very good decision. I'm still in a caloric deficit and I'm still losing fat, even though probably a little bit more slowly than previously. But yeah, at least I'm able to maintain the diet, and at least I'm able to keep on moving forward. So yeah, that is the video for today. Thank you guys for watching the video, and see you guys in the next one.